Hello and welcome back to Student Tutorials. In today's tutorial, we're going to be going over packages and we're going to be going over adding images in LaTeX. Firstly, packages. Packages are like an extra set of commands you can add on top of the normal commands provided by LaTeX. So for example, when you load up any new project, you will see that LaTeX automatically adds the graphics package to allow you to add images. And another useful package we can demonstrate is the hyperref package. So see here I'm typing use package hyperref. And what this does is it makes the contents table that we created last week into a clickable contents table. So see here, I've just made a new page and put the paragraph 1 on this just to demonstrate how the contents table works using the \new page command. And I'm going to recompile here. And you'll see that our contents table has now become clickable. So if I click onto page 1, it's going to take me onto page 1. So there are many different packages you can use. You'll see here if I type up use package and go into the curly brackets, Overleaf will show me the various ones available. So we implore you to do some research in your own time, but if you have a specific purpose you need for a package, Stack Overflow will usually point you in the right direction. So now we're going to move on to adding images to our report. So the first thing to do is you're going to need to upload your image. So you'll see here that on the left hand side there's a box with an arrow coming out of it. This is an upload button. So we're just going to click on that and we're going to upload our image. And it's worth noting that you can only use PNG or JPEG images, so we can't use .svg or HEIC files, anything like that. So you'll see here, just drag and paste into the box. I've got a picture of an Arduino on my computer, so I'm just going to drop that in. Might take a minute to upload. And there we go. I would also recommend renaming your images, so just right click to rename. I'm just going to call mine Arduino, just because it can get a bit confusing with multiple images in your files. So to actually add your image, what you're going to do is scroll down to the text that you want to add your image underneath. So I'm just going to put mine underneath this paragraph 1 text. And you're going to type \begin figure. Now don't type this out fully, wait until the recommended one comes up from Overleaf and click onto this here. And it should provide you with these lines of text. So we're just going to go through this line by line. This first line here, \centering, is what places your image in the centre. So obviously if you didn't want it in the centre for any reason, you can just delete this line. This next line, the include graphics line, is where you're going to place your file name in between the curly brackets. So you'll see here it already recommends arduino.png as I only have one image to choose from. So we're just going to put that in there and we're going to hit recompile. And hopefully you should see the image is now going to be added to our project. There we go. Now you're going to see that this image is far too big for our project. So what we're going to have to do is scale it down. So to do this, what we're going to do is go before the curly brackets in the include graphics line, after the include graphics text, and we're going to put some square brackets, and we're going to put scale equals 0.01. So this is going to scale down our image to 1/100th of the size, so it should hopefully fit better on the page. Hit recompile. There we go, and if we scroll up to the top here, we'll see that our image is now a much more suitable size for the page. Now, if your image comes in the wrong orientation when it's uploaded, you can easily change this by using angle. So if we go into our square brackets here, what we're going to do is we're going to place a comma after the scale, and we're going to write angle equals 90, and this will rotate it 90 degrees to the right. So obviously if you need to change it to 270 or 180, you'll put that in instead. I'm just going to type that in here. And when we hit recompile, we should see that this is rotated to the right. There we go. If we zoom in, we'll just see that the orientation's changed there. Adding a caption to this is also fairly simple. You'll see here that I didn't actually change it, so we're just going to go into our \caption line, and I'm going to pop a caption in between the curly brackets here. There we go. And I'm also going to change this label here and just label it Arduino. And again, as you remember from last video, this will not actually do anything to the right hand side. This label is just for us for referencing later. And that's us there. Now one thing you'll notice is this image is not actually in the exact place that we wanted it to be. We wanted it to be beneath the paragraph 1 text, but instead LaTeX has automatically put it at the top of the page. So there are a few ways that you can override this. What we're going to do is use the float package. So you'll see here, if we scroll to the top of our page, and we're going to put /use package, and we're going to put float in between the curly brackets. So what the float package does is it allows you to use specifiers to override LaTex's placement of images and text. So you'll see here that I have a separate tab up, which details you all the different specifiers that come with the float package. So you'll see here that there's various different specifiers. You can place it approximately, place it at the top of the page, at the bottom of the page. What we want to do is place it at the exact spot in the source text. So we're going to use the capital H specifier. So to do this, we just put some square brackets after our begin figure line and put our capital H in there. Hit recompile, and you'll see that we now have our image in the exact place we want it to be. Now suppose you have a situation like this where you have 3 images in a row and it's taking up quite a lot of white space, as you can see, so we decide that we want to have 2 of them placed in the same line. So there's a few ways again that you can do this in LaTeX. What we're going to do is use the package subcaption. So if we go to the top of our page here again, and we're going to type /use package subcaption, and we're going to scroll down to our first figure. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to delete this caption line, and we're going to put in between the lines centering and the include graphics line /subfloats, and then you're going to put a pair of square brackets, and you're going to put your caption for your first figure in this square brackets. So we're just putting caption 1. Then you put 1 curly bracket, and then close the entire includes graphics line in this, and then put a second curly bracket. There we go. If we now hit recompile, and you'll see that this looks exactly the same, except now it doesn't say figure 1, it just says A. So to add your second image in, what we're going to do is, after your label, we're going to create a new line, and we're going to write the same code out. So centering, we're then going to write /subfloat, square brackets, and we're going to put our caption 2, so our figure 2's caption, in this square brackets. 1 curly bracket, and then I'm just going to cut and paste my include graphics line to save some time from the second figure and put it between the curly brackets here. There you go. Second curly bracket, and just make sure that there's 2 pairs of curly brackets on either side here. I'm also going to cut my label for figure 2 in here and just paste that underneath. There we go, and we'll now see that we have both images in line. You'll notice here as well that you've got an A and a B. This is because these 2 images are now actually part of the same figure. If your images still aren't lining up, it's probably because the scale is too big to fit in the page, so just use the scale again to size the images down until they both fit in the same line. One final useful command here is the hspace command. So I'm going to type /hspace between my bottom label and my centering, and I'm just going to put 10 millimeters. And what this does is just create some white space in between the images. So you'll see here that I've now got 1 centimeter of white space between them. So you now know how to use images in LaTeX. That's everything for this video. In the next video, we're going to be going over tables and equations. Thanks so much for watching.